there, fellow collector. Shiki here with a review of the Kamen Rider Ex-Aid DX Kamen Rider Ex-Aid Memorial Finish Gashat set. So this is Premium Bandai's last-ditch effort to get me to buy even more Gashats than I already have, and it worked. It always will work. You put the word Gashat in there and I will just buy it. But this is a pretty cool set, especially for those that are jumping into the line late or finished up Ex-Aid and kind of want to get some of the Gashats for their collection. This is a pretty cool way of doing it. So very cool box work as well. So you got the shot from the finale right there, which looks very cool. You got all of their level 1 forms with their logos on this side. You have basically, I don't know if this is verbatim, the scene when they were attacking Gemdes, but got all their level 1s over here with Memorial Finish on there. Mighty, Bang Bang, Mighty, Taddle, Bakusou, and their level 2 forms over here with their logos. So very cool. And then up here you just have Genmu coming out of the continue pipe, as he would, and then nonsense on the bottom. But yeah, so that is it for this. This was a Premium Bandai item released in both December 2017 and January 2018 for about 6,480 yen or so, give or take, depending on when and where you picked it up and before middleman fees and all that. So you're looking at probably about $70 to $80 for this by the time everything is all said and done. So cool. Let's go ahead and get this open and take a look. Wee Gashats! So these will all look very familiar. It is basically Mighty Action X, Taddle Quest, Bang Bang Shooting, Bakusou Bike, and Proto Mighty Action X, but kind of in like almost a complete selection modification-esque version of them. The sounds are crisper, they're more show-accurate sounds, and of course they are filled with different phrases. This will be a very long video. I'll tell you that right now, because there are a lot of phrases. But there are two different sticker sets for this. They come blank. The side stickers are applied already. They're the normal DX quality sheet in there. But the front halves are completely blank, and you are given either the normal logos for the in-show games, or you can sticker them up like the Legend Rider ones, where it has the game up there, the Rider logo, all of them being Ex-Aid obviously, and then the suit of the rider on the front. So we had like Insect Wars, Kabuto, and all that stuff. So these ones are just for the Ex-Aid characters. So I decided to sticker them up like this. Since I already have versions that look like this, I have no need for them to look the same. So I went for something a little bit different and stickered them up like the Legend Rider versions. So pretty cool. One thing to note is that this is actually the first, I believe, the first release of a DX quality Proto Mighty Action X. So for those of you that missed out on this one as the freebie item, you might want to sticker this one up as the normal one if you don't have it in your collection already. But yeah, so this is a full DX quality with the screws in place and everything and all that. So worth noting. But we will get to that one last. And just to prove a point, here are the instructions for this set. These are all of the sounds in the Gashats when you put them into the gamer driver. These are all sounds when you do the final attacks. There's all these different button press sounds up here, the functions of the toy, and all the things that they do for level 1 and level 2 and all that fun stuff. And then on this side, you have the phrase list for Mighty Action X and Taddle Quest. So you can see it goes down to 38. There's a ton of phrases. It goes down to 36 over here for Bang Bang Shooting, Bakusou Bike, and Proto Mighty Action X. So poor old Kuroto actually has the least amount of phrases, which is kind of upsetting, considering he's like the wealth of memes. So there's that. I'm actually going to keep this open over here just so that I try to make sure I get to every sound. I feel like there's a high chance I will forget sounds, and I don't particularly want to do that. But there's a lot of them, so chances are it might happen. But here we go. So, like I said, these are just normal DX build quality. These are pre-applied. These you apply yourself, so if any of them are crooked, I apologize. I'm terrible at putting stickers on. QR codes, I don't know how different they are than the normal ones, but Everything else is pretty much the same on these. So let's go ahead and check out Mighty Action X.
Mighty Action X!
So as you can hear, that beginning part is actually new with the screen appearing and stuff. That is all new on these models, which is really cool. Like I said, they're almost like a complete selection modification level of enhancements. Hamburger freeze. And then it just cycles from there on. So very cool, a lot of phrases. Like I said, this is going to be a long video with a ton of phrases. Let's go ahead and bring in the gamer driver and check it out in there.
Mighty Action X! What's your name? I'm a Kamen Rider. No, continue de clearしてやるぜ。大変身レベルアップ。マイティーマイティーマイティーアクション。No, continue de clearしてやるぜ。
Alright, and now we're going to move into level 3, level 4, level 5 sounds, etc. So there's a little bit of break between certain phrases, but it's a pretty cool function. So that actually doesn't change going forward, so I'm just going to do the open and close parts, because those are the only parts that actually change. And then it ends after that, because that was for the level 5. But pretty cool. So with all of these, as you open and close, they'll continue to level up depending on the character. So obviously Ex-Aid and Brave are going to have a little bit more than like Bakusou Bike and Bang Bang Shooting and stuff like that. So still a pretty cool function nonetheless. And Bakusou Bike and Proto Mighty Action X actually have some cool little functions hidden away in there. So we'll take a look at that. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at this in the Kimowaza slot holder. So each of these actually have 1 to 2 kind of final attack phrases in them as well. So like I said, there's tons of phrases in these things. And they all have a victory phrase as well. So note that this does function exactly the same in stuff like the Gashat Breaker or the Gashat Key Slasher, stuff like that. But just for the sake of time, I'm only going to use the Kimo as a slot holder. So just remember that. Alright, so now it is time for Kamen Rider Brave Taddle Quest. Pretty cool picture of him up front. Taddle Quest on the side. QR code right there. Brave on the screen. And without further ado, let's go ahead and check out his phrases.
Taddle Quest. Henshin. Jutsushiki level 2. Jutsushiki level 3. Jutsushiki level 4. Jutsushiki level 5. Jutsushiki level 50. Jutsushiki level 100. Henshin.
The last one said Henshin too, and I accidentally cut him off. My apologies. And as before, it'll cycle through all of the sounds yet again. So pretty cool. Like I said, lots of phrases. That's going to be the catchphrase of this video, is lots of phrases. Let's go ahead and bring in our gamer driver and check it out.
Taddle Quest. What's the name? I'm a Kamen Rider. これよりバグスター切除手術を開始する。術式レベル2。レベルアップ。
And again, for the rest, I'm just going to do the open and close because the phrase stays the same. And that is it for this one. So, bringing in the Kimiwaza slot holder. Brave is actually the oddball in the set that has 3 different sounds. So the Kaishin Ipot sound is still in here. It doesn't add any new phrases or anything like that, but it's still there. Alright, next up is Bang Bang Shooting Snipe. Pretty cool picture of him up on front. Bang Bang Shooting logo. Bang Bang Shooting on the side. There's your QR code. Snipe on the screen. And it's time to go through the sounds. Yet again, there's 36 sounds, so let's hit it.
Game ができなきゃストレスだっていうならもう止めはしねえよ。 ゲーム病になろうがこの俺が直してやる。やり残した過去に決着つけるまでは、グラファイトをぶっ潰すまでは倒れるわけにはいかねえんだよ。グラファイト、てめえの相手は俺だ。5年前の決着をつけるぞ。ブレイブ、お前が今向いてる先は過去じゃない、未来だ。恋人との未来だけ考えて前に進んでりゃいいんだよ。お前は俺の命の恩人だ。バグスターを残らずぶっ潰して5年前の過去に決着をつけるためだ。絶対に死なせない。こいつは俺の患者だ。俺はお前の命を守る。たとえ免許がなくたって俺はドクターでありたいんだ。これよりゲムデウス並びにクロノスの切除手術を始める。これ以上絶対に何も失わない。そのためにもてめえをぶっ潰す。全てのバグスターをぶっ潰す。これでミッションコンプリートだ。シューティング。変身。
And again, it will cycle through. Let's go ahead and bring in the gamer driver. Alright, next up is Bakusou Bike. Got Laser in his bike mode, level 2. Right there. Kind of wish there was an option for his level 0 form, but I understand. I get it. Bakusou Bike on the side. QR code right there. Bike. Let's hit the sounds. There's a little bit less on this one. By a little bit, I mean 2 less. Whopping 2.
たちにな。M、世界の人類の運命は任せたぜ。忘れんなよ。お前が笑顔でいる限り、お前はお前だ。お前の運命は M、お前が変えろ。ゲームオーバー。自分の嘘に乗れ。あれ？乗せられちゃった。あんたにやられた借りは M が返してくれた。自分が残したリプログラミングの技術を使ってな。だからって許したわけじゃないからな。ただ、あんたを受け入れた M の判断を信じてるだけだ。ノリノリで行っちゃうぜ。悪ノリが過ぎるぞ。兼務の社長さ。犠牲になった人たちの無念を晴らすまでは終われないんだよ。乗ってやろうじゃないの。爆走バイク変身。
And as always, it will cycle through. So let's bring in the gamer driver. Check it out.
Bakusou Bike! I'm a Kamen Rider. Woo! ノリに乗ってるぜ。二足レベルアップ。爆走独走激走暴走爆走バイク。名人乗れ。三足レベルアップ。爆走独走激走暴走爆走バイク。ようやく人型になれたぜ。五足レベルアップ。爆走独走激走暴走爆走バイク。ノリノリで行っちゃうぜ。
So he's actually one of the ones that has different phrases for each of the transformations. So that's kind of cool for him. He also has another really cool function. Close this up, and if we take it out and insert it again, it will now act like he is using the level 0 version of the Bakusou Bike Gashat. So the phrases are just a smidge different.
I'm a Kamen Rider. Woo! ノリに乗ってるぜ。レベルアップ。爆走独走激走暴走爆走バイク。ノリノリで行っちゃうぜ。
So there wasn't a like sound before the transformation for this one.
爆速
And this is for when he uses any of the Proto Gashats to get some armor.
レベルアップ。爆走独走激走暴走爆走バイク。 ノリノリで行っちゃうぜ。
Unfortunately, that phrase isn't different, but I thought it was cool that they incorporated the level 0 transformations in this as well.
決め技フレー。爆走クリティカルストライク。イエーイ最高。
Kiryu, I love you so much.
決め技ウイニングランを決めるのは
I love that phrase so much. And finally, we have Dan and the man himself, Kuroto, with the Mighty Action X Proto Mighty Action X, rather. You know the drill. Side right there, cool picture of Genmu up front. There is the QR code. Genmu on the screen right there. So pretty cool. Like I said, this is the first time this one was available in a DX build. So that's a pretty cool, noteworthy thing as well. So if you missed out on it, hunt down this set. It's pretty cool.
Mighty Action X! 変身グレード3グレード0変身グレード X0 変身コンティニューしてでもクリアする許しを請う気などない多少のコンティニューは覚悟の上だ心配いらないよたとえ消滅しても私たちのようにバグスターとしてコンティニューできるからねまったくどいつもこいつも肝心なことを忘れてないかいるじゃないかここに神の才能を持つ男がもう少しだもう少しでゲームオーバー私に構わず集中しろリセットの影響で私のライフは増えている開発を続けるはっ黙れゲームオーバー君の才能はそんなもんじゃないだろハイパーアーム的にセーブ機能を搭載したのさ簡単に攻略できるようなラスボスを私が作るとでも思ったか新ダンクロトという名はもう捨てた今の私はダンクロト神だ
What a tool. Oh, I love him.
ダンクロト神だ不可能を可能にするそれこそが神の才能だ私は仮面ライダーゲンム神だゲームマスターの私に許可なく勝手に消えることは認めない図が高いぞイエスゲームは私の全てだお前のようなクズにこれ以上利用されてたまるかダン・正宗あなたの夢は幻のままに終わった私の体内で培養したのさ命を再現し生み出せ私こそが神だ王女 M なぜパラドが消滅したのに君がエグゼイドに変身できたのかその答えはただ一つ君が再びパラドにかつてないゲームを思いついたぞ私こそが神だマイティアクション X 変身
And it'll cycle from there on out. Let's go ahead and bring in the gamer driver and check out our last Gashat.
Mighty Action X! I'm a Kamen Rider! Level up! Mighty Action!
So pretty standard, but much like Bakusou Bike, if you close it up, take it out, and insert it again, it'll act like the Proto Mighty Action X origin, and it'll be his level 0 and 0X form. So pretty neat. X0, my bad. So the phrases aren't too good in this one, but again, it is really cool that they added the functionality for the X0 mode and stuff like that. So pretty cool. They've thought about this long and hard, I'm sure. I can think of no sound clip more fitting than that one. I don't even want to say that's about it for these, since I just recorded for about 45 minutes straight. But this is a great set. If you're a huge fan of Ex-Aid, this is a wonderful addition to the collection. Yeah, you're getting Gashats you pretty much already have at this point, but the huge amount of sounds in these is well worth the asking price, which for 5 Gashats isn't actually that much, so huge props to Bandai on that too. And having Legend Rider versions of these is a nice little perk as well if you put those stickers on it instead of the normal ones. For those that don't have Gashats yet and would like to jump into a collection, this is a pretty nice way to start if you're not interested in hunting down all the old ones or hunting down the toys, because not only do you get all of those main Gashats, you get pretty much the most superior version of them with all the phrases and the more screen accurate sounds. So there is that as well to it. So even if you have the Gashats, even if you don't, I think this is a great set to any Ex-Aid collection. So that about does it for this review. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And just to make a word of warning, if nobody knows yet, there is a second set coming out that features the Gashat Gear Duel, as well as the Tokimeki Crisis and Kamen Rider Chronicle Gashats as well. So again, let me know what you think in the comments down below, and as always, thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye. I'd like to thank Joey, Mr. Mike, Joshua, and all my fans who support me on Patreon.